I'm great. Thank you. I like you guys.
Let's start with Sabrina in the second row.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey there.
Do you remember where you were in June of 1997?
I had just graduated from college.
Were you watching this game?
I don't think I did. I know that doesn't make for a great story,
Sure.
but I certainly remember it. And remember, like, I was just finishing college when, the ABL, I was in Seattle. Seattle got an ABL team, the Rain. So I remember going to those games and went to a Portland, God, what was their name? Was it? No, it was, the ABL. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to be a part of this 30 years later and to be in this seat, and it's humbling and it's cool. Portland Power, there it is. Thank you. Cheater. Google.
It's instant, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Hey, Coach. Kind of on the same lines with this 30-year. This is a big day for the entire league, especially the Sparks when you consider the legacy. What does it mean to you to not only continue that legacy, and is there pressure to get back to the winning legacy of the Sparks?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable to be a part of it, to be part of one of the OG franchises. I take a lot of pride in that. And in terms of pressure, like, no one puts more pressure on themselves than me. So there's pressure from all the other outside noise, I'm sure, but mine is paramount to that. So that's why I'm here, and I'm committed to it, and I know it'll happen. It's a process, and the process I've done, I've taken over teams and that were struggling, and this is the fourth time I've done it. And I'm reminded every time that it's a process, and it's hard, and it takes grit and grind and all the things, but you can't lose sight of the joy of what we get to do for a living. And whether you're playing or coach, that part's incredibly, again, humbling, and a great opportunity that I'm grateful for.
Hey, Coach. Also kind of along the lines of this being the 30th anniversary, I'm not sure if we've already asked you this, so forgive me if we have, but the league recently announced that, they're going to go to 50-game regular season next year. Just curious as to, what your thoughts are in terms of expanding the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great sign, right? That means that teams are doing well, that the markets are doing well, that the TV is, there's a need for adding. It's because there's a need, and I think that's great. We just need to make sure that we protect the players in that. If it's kept within the same window that we have now, how is that going to look? I don't know. We just bounced after the Minnesota game was our fourth game in 7 days. Those are hard on players. And so I'm hopeful that now I do know that we get a 2.5-week break because of FIBA. So maybe that's where they fit those in, right? Like, you can fit 6 games in that break that we have for that. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm sure people smarter than me have thought it all through. But I think it's I think it's great for the league, but I think we just need to make sure that we're protecting the players, that they're not getting run into the ground for the extra dollars.
Hi, Lynn.
Hey.
I had 2 questions for you. The first is just, with the anniversary, I was wondering if the team has had any opportunities to connect with the Sparks legends of the past.
Yeah, so yesterday they all came to practice, which was really cool. I don't know how many there were, maybe 10, 12, some with their kids, and they watched practice, and then we kind of circled up at the end, and they all kind of said, what years they played, and gave just some thoughts and wisdom from their experiences, and what they would tell our players now. And it was really cool. It was really, really cool and impactful. And, what was the coolest thing was that all these women that have played and didn't make any money, and, how happy they are for the players now. And it's not this, this is why we did it, so that you guys, we're passing this down to you guys. And then they put the charge on our players, like, now it's your job to pass it down to the next, 30 years from now. but also just the legacies in the room and the championships that they had won, and talking about what it took, and it was really, really cool.
The other one was, I was wondering if just like when you're in and around LA, like, do you connect with fans who are like, I was, a part of this 30 years ago. Like, it's great to see where it is
Yeah.
now. Do you have those experiences?
I do. It catches me off guard. LA is so big, but when someone walks up to you in the middle of the grocery store or whatever, it's cool though, because there's a enthusiasm right now for women's sports, and men, women, kids, whatever, old, young. I think there's a genuine sense of they're so happy that women's basketball is getting the platform it has, and there's always some surprise, like, can you believe it? And it's like, yeah, I can, and here we are, and our job is to keep it going forward.
Drea from LA Sparks Weekly, Coach. Thank you. I was wondering what part of the legacy and the excellence that we've been through contributes to you being the best coach that you can be.
Man, throwing the heat. Like how it relates to LA. I think there's a expectation, right? Like there's expectations to be great, expectations to win, expectations to, it's the city of champions, right? And I wasn't blind to that when I came. And so that you feel that and you want to make the city proud. So you work maybe a little harder, or you sleep a little less, or all the things. But I think there's a consciousness of the expectations here, and I like it. I say bring it on.
Coach, just with tonight's big game, and just the team trying to get back to their winning ways at home, just what's the energy of the locker room right now?
I think it's good. I wish we were fully healthy. Not having Cam is a big loss, or an impactful absence, right? But we got KP, and obviously, as you guys know, she's the head of the snake and makes this thing go. So that gives us, the whole group a little more confidence, or just, a little swagger. Maybe that's the right word. But the mood is good. We've had some great wins, and some tough losses, and you just have to keep, stay. It's the process. You have to stay present, and not freak out, and not panic, or whatever word you want to use, but lean into each other, lean into what we're doing, and they've been good at that. We've got great people in that locker room. Kelsey's an incredible leader, NECA, De'Erica, and all the way down. So Erica Wheeler, like, they're just preaching all the same things. So I'm not worried about the locker room.
John W. Davis, Southern California News Group. Coach, what do you want to see from Kelsey Plum back in the lineup after missing a game?
I mean, I just need KP to be KP. She's the engine, and she has so much gravity when she has the ball. She's an unselfish scorer, as counterintuitive as that sounds. I don't remember exactly if this is right. Joshua can fact check, but I think we're 6-1 when she has 7 or more assists, or 6-0. 6-0, even better. And so, when she is, she's done a good job this year of, in the first half, getting other people involved, and then a lot of times down the stretch just taking over. But I know she knows that it can't just be her, and so she's looking to get others involved, and that's what we need tonight from her.
Hey, yeah, I had a follow up on the practice experience. I was wondering if there's anybody's words that stuck out to you particularly.
I don't know. I think what's the mentality of your culture matters. They talked, the championship team players that were on the championship teams. What they talked about was not the talent, but how connected they were, and how they had each other's back on and off the floor, and just how that's timeless, right? In sports, it doesn't matter. If you're able to cut down a net at the end and raise the trophy, your locker room is tight, and everybody faces adversity. Everybody goes through hard times, as individuals, as a team, but it's that chemistry piece that stood out to me, what they said, and then also just the charge for all of us to carry it forward, to appreciate what we have gratitude for what's been given to us, but carry it forward and make it better for the next generation.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey.
Two quick ones before you. Number one, is there an update on Cam and kind of just how she's doing?
She's doing great. She had a nasty ankle sprain, and so it's just a matter of treating it. There's still swelling and all that stuff, but she's living in the training room. She wants to be back, so I don't have a timeline.
Okay.
Couple weeks, I think, would be like positive thinking.
And then the other day when I talked to Kelsey, she was saying that her latest injury has been an accumulation of heavy usage, is how she described it. Kind of, how do you continue getting her into the spots that she's been so good at all season without maybe not burning her up, but just making sure that she can do what she can do without kind of suffering to the wear and tear that's coming with it?
Yeah, and that's a big reason why we brought in Kiana Williams, right? Is another point guard that can take some minutes, because Erica Wheeler's playing too many minutes too, right? So we just needed another point guard, and that will help KP. Just the however many minutes Key plays, she's ready to go, and she can handle that, and she can shoot it. So I think just it's personnel playing other people with KP. Yeah, I mean, other than that, we just got to continue figuring it out.
Last question on Zoom, Jackie Powell.
Hi, Lynn. Thanks for taking the time. Just wanted to ask you a bit about New York. When it comes to the Liberty, what is so unique about the Jonquel Jones and Brianna Stewart front court, and why is it maybe difficult to scout and score on?
Well, they're big. I think the unique thing is New York is huge, all the way across. And so that enables them to do some things that are unique. I think the other thing they're doing is putting JJ and Stewie in kind of lead guard positions. They're using ball screens. They're setting ball screens for each other. Stewie's bringing the ball up. I mean, that's just that's new, right? And so you just prepare a little different when bigs are used to being, guarding the screener. Now they're guarding the ball handler. So those are just some unique nuances that they do, and they've got Hall of Famers over there. It's a talented roster, which presents problems in and of itself, but they're a good team.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you all.
You want me to put these out? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess we can start early. If everyone's ready, we can start early.
Hey, how y'all doing?
You're in the middle.
Oh, thank you. Are you on this? Yes. Sorry, I didn't see the phone. Where's me? Oh, right there.
Yes. No. Check it. Check it.
Mine probably is not.
I know,
How you
right?
guys doing?
Good.
It's so nice to see a
Top
media
left side.
room full of people
Top
to
left
do media
side.
for the
Is it red?
WNBA. I'm sure these players experience it all the time, but we didn't have a full room, so great.
We'll take questions in the room. Sabrina, second row, left side.
Hi, Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. For any of you, really, I mean, Lynn was saying how nice it was to have people at practice and just how happy you are for the current team. I'm wondering, what you thought of when the CBA had that veteran payment that came out to you guys, and, if you have any fun plans for that.
Go ahead, Dee. So tickled.
Listen, we were super grateful for for the fact that we were thought of, because it's easy to be forgotten and you can really think about yourself in the moment that you're in, but they went beyond that. And that just shows who NECA is as a person. She is an ambassador. She is someone that thinks beyond herself, and she thinks of those that came before her, the moment she's in, and even for the future. And I think that she's done a great job of representing all players from all walks of life and every generation. So super excited.
Absolutely. And Alicia Clark, she also
Yes.
had a huge part in that, so it's great. Amy, what are you going to say?
Listen, I'm happy. I think I could speak on behalf of all the players and say that like we're extremely thankful. I think Dee said enough, but what an amazing opportunity to be able to have something like a retro payment.
Yes.
The only thing that I wish could have happened is something for every player.
Yeah.
That has come through the WNBA, whether that was 1 year or however many, but I'm excited and I'm thankful for what they did.
Jackie Ray TV with B Code Media. You guys look amazing. Thank you so much for being here. But the coach said that you guys gave some inspirational words that really meant a lot to the team, especially when you're talking about chemistry and sticking together. But when you look at this Sparks team as a whole, what inspires you about what they're doing in the locker room right now?
Well, you guys had a chance to talk to them, would you?
Yeah, I would say the thing that inspires me about what they're doing in the locker room is they're continuing to fight. And you have to be able to put up that level of competitiveness regardless of what's going on. And if you do, then you're dwelling in the land of figuring it out. And I have high hopes that they will figure it out. We're 15 games in. Anything can happen. Everything can turn around as long as you keep the proper perspective.
Yeah, and I think we got to keep in mind that they haven't really had their solid core of players playing together for a number of times. So, I think when they finally figure that out and get it all together, I think they'll be okay and moving in the right direction.
Maddie, on your right, first row.
Hi,
Maddie.
how are you?
Good.
It's good to see all three of you. Just for anyone who wants to answer this question, but to think about where the WNBA was 30 years ago and where it is today. I mean, what is this like for you to know what you went through and now see what what players have?
I think when you look at 30 years ago, our idea was never like to play to grow the league. It was really, we played the game because we appreciated the opportunity to play in our country. Most people don't know, but most American women, after graduating from college, we all played somewhere overseas. We lived overseas, and we did that for maybe 8 or 9 months out of the year. And so to have the WNBA really was an opportunity that we all took very seriously. We hugged babies, we kissed babies, we signed autographs for everyone. We understood the assignment. We understood that it was about growing the community and giving back and being role models. And so most people don't realize that most of these women have at least one degree. That we are not just amazing women on the court, but off the court as well. And I think the beautiful thing about this 30th anniversary is that I'm happy for the women who get to reap those benefits, that the brands have realized the beauty and the benefits of these women and partnering with us because everybody's watching women's basketball. And I think their timing is everything. Listen, we didn't have social media. We didn't have all the things to help grow our game. But one thing we had was talent. So I don't think that the talent is so far from what it was. That product that we put on the court was amazing. Yes. We could do it now if we could, if that's the way the time allowed us to. That part will never change. But we are so proud of the women that stand out there on that court that get this opportunity, but also the fans who've been here from day one, who've supported us when it wasn't popular. All of the women, the men, the children, the boys that we signed autographs for in hopes of them being decision makers later. It was all for those moments. And I can just tell you lastly, we didn't take it for granted. We understood exactly what our purpose was and the opportunity, and we all took it seriously. We all did our best. We showed up. We understood that, especially playing basketball in LA, we have beaches. We have a whole lot of stuff you could be doing in LA. So the fact that a person decides to buy tickets and come sit inside of an arena for a few hours and spend their time, we never took that for granted. So we're happy that we were able to bring championships to the city. We hope that the Sparks can continue to get back to that legacy, because it really is about winning. Yes. At the end of the day, championships are bust, and that's the way I looked at probably every single year I played here. Mm-hmm. And and not that, you know, we didn't enjoy it. Our sisterhood and all those things will never be broken, but the years we didn't win, we were not happy. We never settled for that. And so winning at home is one of the things that I think this Sparks team has to start with. Mm-hmm. Because you have to realize people are sacrificing right now to buy a ticket to come into this arena. Don't take it for granted. And every win matters, and people appreciate seeing the effort.
Yes. Hi, guys. Annie Constable from The Athletic. Listening to all of you guys speak, whether today or, you know, over the months, we've seen the stories about this anniversary coming up. It's really seemed like the first 30 years of this league were about stability, and you guys building that stability for this league. What do you think the next 30 years are going to be defined by? Lisa, do you mind starting?
I think when we look at the next 30 years, it's continuing to grow. It's just like we can't be satisfied. You know, we have to continuously think about the little girls who want to be professional athletes here in our country. The benefits of being a professional athlete for a young girl is outstanding. They're more likely to graduate from college. They're more likely not to do drugs. They're more likely not to get pregnant early. They're more likely to be in a C-suite position. Like, the positive outcome of being an athlete in our country is very high for a young girl. So we have to keep that in mind. And so everything that the CBA stands for now is for those young girls and for their future. And I just think the media, we have to continue to do our part, continue to support, continue to have representation. I think continue to find these amazing stories about these women and continue to tell those stories, because that's what connects people, right? I mean, I'm an inner city kid. I'm from Compton, California. I grew up with a single mother, and all I know is hard work and trying to get there, and looking at USC as a pinnacle in our city, or UCLA, and thinking, you know, how could I ever go there? I could never afford to go there, but picking up that basketball changed my life. So those stories are really important to be told, and if you stop and just take a moment to speak to any of these women, you're going to hear an amazing story. You really are, because the path is not easy to get to where they are. And then the last part is just the consistency to be able to stay here and sustain it. It's not easy. The hard work, we were just having a laugh about our work ethic and our weightlifting, and DeLisha doing yoga and just, you know, running in the pool, and then also the hot tub, and all of the funny things that we laugh about, but was hard. That we would show up here. There was no way we would do a fit tunnel. We would have been in sweats
Tunnel
because
fit
we
was
came
not an
here
option.
to work out before the actual game and lift weights. And I'm not saying these women don't do that, but for us, that's where our mindset was, because every moment was an opportunity to, guess what, convince somebody new to watching the WNBA or watching women's basketball for the first time. We had to convince you that we could play ball and that we could be here. So just that 30 years for us, it's amazing to be alive to see it. I'm just going to be honest, to see these women be paid what they're going to be paid, and to continue to grow this game. It's outstanding, and we know that it will continue to grow.
Yeah. Yes, and for myself, I think that, to piggyback off of Lisa, the next 30 years, we still need stability. The foundation was laid. Now it has to really be set. And what they're doing in the moment that they're in is completely different from the moment that we were in. It was the infancy stage of the league, and we had to have a different approach. Now I would love for them to attach themselves to the history of it all, to understand where they came from, to understand where they need to take it. I think that the future will look different. Maybe we'll see more Sue Birds. Maybe we'll see more players being owners now that they're making the type of money that they can invest in properly to be able to own a team. I want to see that. I want to see different type of media coverage now that we're in a digital world. Everything's going to grow, and it's going to grow at a rapid pace, and I hope that the players can keep up with that.
Absolutely. And I would just add, like, the community initiative piece, and the grassroots level. I'm a high school coach now, and the numbers for girls basketball are starting to suffer a little bit. So, you know, I think the WNBA has an amazing opportunity to be able to reach back into some of these communities and continue to grow the game at the grassroots level. I think that would be amazing. I think the next 30 years are going to need that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hi, John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. This question is primarily for Lisa, but I'd like for DeLisha and Tamika to also comment. Lisa, as the Sparks' all-time leading scorer and a prolific scorer yourself, and I know both of y'all can get buckets too, but what do you think about this team's pace and space system and just the overall number of possessions that these teams are getting offensively? They just play so fast and they're scoring so many points, and I mean, I can only imagine how many points you might have scored in some of these games.
Well, I love it. The fact that they switched to the 4 quarters, I think just the system, the style. You know, when I would rebound the ball, Coop was like, get the outlet to Meek, get the outlet to, Nick, like outlet the ball, versus where I'm like, if I don't see an outlet, I'm bringing it up. And they knew I was. So they would get in trouble. I just think the game has changed. Coaching has changed. The style, when you see these 1-4s and the ability to just, flow with the offense. We see a lot more, obviously, the three ball, we know statistically now has moved into a place where teams pass up layups for threes all the time. And us old school, we're like, what the hell? Just make the layup. But they will, drive under the basket and kick it back out for the 3. And so the game is changed in a way that obviously we would have been able to adjust. And if we were allowed to do some of the things that they do, we would have done it the same. But I feel like, overall, I just love where the game is. I love that we're seeing the game played at a faster pace. I think last night I was covering a game on CBS and the score was it in the hundreds? I mean, it's just the fact that teams are scoring so many points because of the 3 ball and just the quickness and the pace, right? We talked about just pace of the game just being faster, and I love it. And I think that's coaches have had to adjust their styles with the style of the game, and I think that we've learned a lot. I think from the NBA in terms of that type of pace and sort of that everybody can bring the ball up, 4 players out. And sometimes it's beneficial, and then there's other times where it's like, look, y'all better get that ball in the paint, find Camilla, get it to the big girls, high percentage shots. And so I think there's a great mix of old school, new school, right? You got Asia Wilson, possibly about to be the 5-time MVP. And it's amazing because they still utilized her in sort of a more old school way. She operates at the block. She obviously shoots threes as we did, but she also gets her money and everything done in the paint. And so again, old school, we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I love it. Just know I'm a fan of the game. Obviously I cover it, but I enjoy watching these women play.
For myself, I think that it's a beautiful brand of basketball when you can blend generations of styles, right? But the one thing that I would challenge is, and I think that it's going to be met sooner or later, is the defensive end. Who's going to be the one to make the changes on the defensive end to adapt to the style of play of pace and space, within the league now? Yes, we have 3 seconds. Yes, the referees want freedom of movement because they want more points scored because the fans like to see that, right? But if you want to win the game, you can't just hang your hat on the offensive side. You have to bring something defensively. And I think adjustments or creative adjustments could be made to be able to stymie whatever it is that your opponents are trying to bring offensively.
Spoken from a true defender.
Let me tell you.
D, who you guarding?
Everybody.
Oh my God. I'll tell you this though, our championship teams were built for this style of play. Like if you would have opened the game up, you would have not been able to guard us.
Hybrids.
We were so talented. So I would have loved to
been
play.
Scary.
I would have loved to play in today's style of basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael Matthew here with LA Sparks Weekly. I want to take you guys back 30 years to that first game. What are your most memorable memories of that game, just showing up to the arena and things like that?
Fatigue. We were again just laughing about it because everything that we have done today, we had a brunch already. I've signed autographs, I've taken pictures, we did a photo shoot. I literally did all that same day of that game. And then I was like, wait a minute, but don't we have a game to play? And they're like, yeah. And I mean, just the idea of all of the things that we did media-wise prior to that game is actually awful, which is why I only had 16 points. And the missed dunk, because I almost got hung because I have no legs left. It was just a lot, but it was what we had to do, and we were willing to do it. I'm not going to say without complaint, because I was like, y'all now want me to go out there and play, but in front of all these fans. So it was tough, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I would definitely try to get the win, but I wouldn't change it. It was great to be a part of that inaugural season and everything they had built up with Rebecca and I. I think it was a lot of pressure for both of us.
Yeah.
It really was, to try to be the face of this league in a time where we had no idea what it was going to look like. I really thought the WNBA was going to be a summer league with reversible jerseys, and I thought we were going to play like pickup. I had no idea it was really going to be at the Great Western Forum, and we would have the same locker room as the Lakers, and to pull into the tunnel. I was like, you are not serious right now. And I was also like, I am not ready. So I knew that in my heart, but the opportunity, I wouldn't say I missed it because I was there, but I wasn't prepared the way that I knew to be a champion. I had to go back to how I trained as an Olympian to really be able to reach success. And I was clearly able to do it. Eventually we learned.
We did.
We learned. But I think the first season, it was really a shock. It was a shock.
Yeah, and my experience is much different than that. I was a true rookie coming out of college, and just the bright lights of LA just numbed me for a second. I remember actually being in the layup line and just like staring into the staring around the arena and just looking at like all the people who I couldn't believe had come to see us play.
Wow.
And I remember Lisa saying like lock it, like basically, I don't know if she used the terms lock in, but she kind of like hit me in the back of the head and I was like, come on, you're like, we getting ready to play a game.
Man.
But it was an amazing experience, and just honored and blessed to be able to be a part of such a exciting moment.
For myself, I chose the ABL first, the American Basketball League. And while I love that league dearly, I have to admit, when I watched the WNBA, I said, dang, it's popping over there. Like, they're playing in big arenas. They have the fanfare. They got the stars on the sidelines. That's pretty cool. And they had the backing of the NBA. And when our league went defunct and we were able to be in a dispersal draft, it was everything for me to be able to be alongside Lisa. And we had Olympic, I was a baby then, on my Olympic journey, and I was within the trials. And just standing alongside of her and Dawn and Teresa Edwards, I'm just looking around like, somebody pinch me, because this is wild. But once I got here, I understood the assignment completely. She's a hometown kid, and this meant a lot to her. And she's in the city of champions. And she made sure we were aware that UNLA, baby, they expect us to win. It can't just be the Dodgers, and it can't just be the Lakers. We have to claim our stake as well. And so I dedicated a lot of what I did towards helping her be able to walk around in her home soil proudly.
Last question here, Edwin.
Edwin Garcia, Silver Screen and Roll. My question for all three of you is, we just took a look back on those days, but now 30 years later here at Crypto.com Arena, what do you see from the facilities and how much resources these women have now? And what are you feeling now being celebrated on a day like today?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It's amazing to see. I mean, I remember us practicing at Southwest.
Yeah.
I think they still
Southwest
do
LA.
that.
Oh.
No, but I know next year the facility is coming, the brand new facility is coming. Just the things that have happened over the years, just the resources that the women have now. We were talking this past weekend about, they have mental health resources and any type of resource you can kind of think of. It's amazing. It's amazing to see, and I'm glad that it's here. It's everything that we fought for sure.
Yeah. I'm loving every moment that we're in. When we spoke to the team, I told them everything that we were playing for, we're looking at it right now in real time, in 4D. We're seeing them live out everything that we were hoping the league would become, and then some. And I think that's the power of a woman. You give us anything, we're going to multiply it. We're like this agent, this chemical agent that can just produce something wonderful from anything. And where we're at is an amazing space, and where we're going is even better. So.
I think for me, the facility, obviously, crypto, I think in the back of my mind, it'll always be Staples. Let me just keep it honest.
Absolutely.
But I believe when the Lakers and the Sparks moved to this arena and watching the Lakers win their championship with the late great Kobe Bryant and Shaq, I think Dr. Buss was like, DJ, keep the party rolling.
Yeah.
And we came out and won our first championship. And, you know, the first one is always the hardest one to win. But after winning that first championship, and Dr. Buss celebrated the Sparks, he flew us over to Hawaii. We got a chance to hang out and just really was taken care of. And I think in that moment of getting that first championship, which was the hardest one, the back-to-back was sort of like, you only got about a month, and now it's time to get back to work. And they know I'm like, let's go. What you doing? Because we're trying to win, and we want to keep it rolling. And so I just think having the opportunity to win back-to-back championships here, seeing this facility and the growth and what's coming, I got a chance to see it on paper, you know, last year. So I know that building is going to be immaculate. But the opportunity to be able to get into a gym for 24 hours anytime you want, to have access to the facilities that make you better, is going to make this team better for sure. And so I think, again, like DeLisha said, something that we've always wished. Trust me, we've practiced in a whole lot of different places around.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm from LA, so I already know. We've been a little bit too far east, a little bit too far west, you know what I mean? Like, we've been in some spots for practice, and I'm like, we practicing there? Okay, so to see the growth for them to have that's amazing. To have this opportunity, to have a place for mothers. Listen, I nurse, and they know I nursed my baby in the back where the management were. You know what I mean? We were, you know, pumping milk in the back, and then coming back out listening to the coach. So. Yes. There's so much growth that's happening for the women as mothers, for the women in general, to have access to the way that they should be treated. And so I'm just happy to see it again in our lifetime. So we appreciate you guys, though. Let me just end with this. To have media coverage that's here, and how media has grown both online, digitally. We can't do it without you guys either. So please continue to share these stories and tell these stories and inspire, because it's all connected. And no matter how many followers you have, it's all connected and it's always growing. And you guys are playing a huge part in that as well. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being
and
here.
And applause to you guys.
Yes.
Thank y'all for what you do. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Awesome.
Okay,
Let's go
with the purple
Sparks.
suit. I see you. You look nice. I just saw her. Sorry, my bad.
Festive.
Wait, can I get a picture of you guys? Can you guys stay still? Please. Okay, can some of y'all move in?
She's like, wait a minute. That's cool. Y'all get in. Y'all
Bird,
get in.
you guys
Y'all
out
get in?
or in? Okay, wait. Let me see. And it cuts off at this young. I can't.
Okay.
Yep, keep
Yes.
coming.
There we go. Y'all get in.
I
Get in.
can't see you, sir. Sorry. It's
Yeah,
just
y'all got to scoot down some more.
Sweetheart, you're
No.
not in there. I'm sorry. It's just that kind of camera. I can't make it do it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That's a good pick.
Boom.